My name is Alara. I'm 27 years old, and the two people who destroyed my life were my own sister and my father. I used to believe family was everything, that no matter what happened, blood would always stand beside you. I was wrong. It started the night of my engagement, the happiest night of my life. Or, at least, that's what I thought. The house was full of laughter, lights glowing, everyone celebrating me. But in the corner of the room, my sister Ava was watching, silent, smiling, but her eyes? Cold. I ignored it, because she was always like that, competitive, jealous, but I never imagined how far she would go. 2 weeks later, everything collapsed. My father called me into his office. His voice was different, not warm, not loving, just distant. He threw a file onto the table. "Explain this." My hands started shaking as I opened it. Fake documents, forged signatures, financial fraud, under my name. I couldn't even process it. "Dad, this isn't real. Someone set me up." "Enough," he snapped. That was the first time. My father looked at me like I was a stranger. And then she walked in. Ava. Calm, confident, perfectly timed. "I didn't want to believe it either, Dad," she said softly, but I saw her doing it. That moment broke something inside me. I looked at her, hoping, begging this was some sick joke, but she just stared back at me with that same cold smile. And my father? He chose her. Just like that, I lost everything. My fiancé left. My name was dragged through dirt. My own father disowned me without a second thought. But here's what they didn't realize. They didn't destroy me. They created someone they would never be able to control again. And I swear, the same sister who stole my life is going to watch me take hers. The moment I walked out of that house, I had nothing. No family, no reputation, no one willing to even hear my side of the story. Every door I knocked on slammed in my face. Every call went unanswered. For weeks, I was drowning. But pain does something strange to you. It either breaks you or it sharpens you. And me? I started paying attention because something didn't add up. Those documents, they were too perfect, too clean. Whoever framed me didn't just want me gone. They wanted me erased. So I went back to the only thing I had left, my memory. Every moment, every detail. And then it hit me. Ava had access, not just to my personal files, but to my father's accounts too. She knew the system, she knew the loopholes, and more importantly, she knew exactly how to make it look like me. That's when I stopped crying and started planning. I took a job no one wanted. Late nights, low pay, but it gave me something priceless. Access, data, records, financial trails. I worked in silence, in shadows. While they were busy enjoying my downfall, I was rebuilding myself piece by piece. Months passed, and then I found it. A hidden transaction, then another. Small at first, but consistent. Not in my name, in hers. Ava wasn't just framing me. She was stealing from our father. Millions. And the best part? She thought she got away with it. I smiled for the first time in months, because now, I didn't just have the truth, I had power. And soon, the same father who threw me away like nothing was going to look at his perfect daughter and see exactly what I saw that night. A liar, a thief, a monster. And this time, I would be the one standing in the shadows, watching everything fall apart. I didn't rush. That's the mistake weak people make. They act too fast, too emotional. But me? I had waited months. I could wait a little longer. Because revenge isn't about anger. It's about timing. I gathered everything. Every transaction. Every hidden account. Every lie Ava buried so deep, she thought no one would ever find it. And then, I made my first move. Anonymous email. No name, no trace. Sent directly to my father. Subject line, "Look closer at your perfect daughter." I knew him. I knew exactly what that would do. Curiosity would eat him alive. At first, nothing happened. Days passed. Then one night, I saw it. Lights on in his office past midnight. The same office where he destroyed me. I stayed across the street, hidden in the dark, watching. Because this wasn't just about proving I was innocent. This was about making him feel what I felt. Doubt, confusion, betrayal. The next few days, the house changed. Ava wasn't smiling anymore. My father wasn't speaking much. Something was breaking between them. And then came the moment I had been waiting for. Ava stormed out of the house one evening, furious, shaken. That perfect mask? Gone. I followed her. She got into her car, hands trembling, and made a call. "I told you to be careful," she snapped. "Someone's digging." I recorded everything. Every word. Every crack in her voice. That was it. The final piece. Now I didn't just have proof, I had her fear. And fear? That's what destroys people faster than anything. So I prepared the final act, because this time, I wasn't going to hide in the shadows. This time, I was going to walk back into that house and make them both face the truth. I chose the night carefully, not random, not emotional, intentional. My father was hosting one of his formal dinners. Business partners, close friends, people whose opinions mattered to him more than anything else in the world. The same kind of people who had whispered my name with disgust just months ago. Perfect. I stood outside the house for a moment, staring at the place that once felt like home. Funny how quickly a home can turn into a battlefield. I wasn't the same girl who walked out of those doors broken and shaking. No, tonight I walked in with purpose. Head high, heart steady, eyes cold. The moment I stepped inside, silence spread like wildfire. Every conversation stopped. Every eye turned to me. I could see it on their faces. Shock, confusion, even a little fear. Because to them, I wasn't supposed to come back. But I didn't look at them. I looked at him, my father, standing at the center of the room, frozen, his glass slightly trembling in his hand. For a second, just a second, I saw it in his eyes. Guilt. Good. "Hello, Dad," I said calmly. No anger, no shouting. That would have made it easier for him. But this made him uncomfortable. "Alara," he whispered, like he wasn't sure if I was real. "You shouldn't be here." A small smile touched my lips. "Funny," I said. "You didn't say that when you threw me out without a second thought." Murmurs spread through the room. Pressure. Exactly what I wanted. Before he could respond, I felt her presence. Ava. She stepped forward slowly, her expression carefully controlled, but I could see it. Panic. "Why are you here?" she asked, her voice tight. I turned to her, tilting my head slightly. "To finish what you started." That's when I made my move. I pulled out a small remote and pressed a button. The large screen behind them flickered to life. At first, confusion. Then, reality hit. Transaction records, hidden accounts, dates, amounts. Every secret she buried, exposed in front of everyone. The room shifted instantly. Gasps, whispers, shock. "No!" Ava stepped back, shaking her head. This is fake." I didn't even look at her. I looked at my father. His face had gone pale, his eyes scanning the screen, trying to deny what was right in front of him. "You should look closer," I said quietly. "You told me that once, remember?" His breathing became uneven, because now he was seeing it, the truth. But I wasn't done. I pressed the button again. Her voice filled the room, clear, sharp, terrified. "I told you to be careful! Someone's digging!" Ava's eyes widened in horror. "Turn it off!" she screamed. "Turn it off!" But I didn't. I let every word play, every lie unravel, every piece of her perfect image crumble in front of the people she worked so hard to impress. And then, silence. Heavy, crushing silence. My father looked at her slowly, not with love, not with pride, but with something far worse, disgust. "Ava," his voice broke. "Tell me this isn't true." For the first time, she had no answer, no manipulation, no perfect excuse, just fear. And in that moment, I realized something. This wasn't about me anymore. This was about them. The lies they built, finally collapsing. She looked at him, desperate. Dad, I did it for us, for the family. You don't understand. Enough, he roared, the same word he used on me. But this time, it wasn't directed at the wrong person. You framed your own sister, he said, his voice shaking with rage. You stole from me, from this family. His hands clenched into fists. You destroyed everything. Tears streamed down Ava's face as she shook her head. No, she's lying. She's manipulating you. She's always been jealous. I laughed softly, not out of humor, out of disbelief. Jealous? I stepped closer, my voice calm but cutting. Of what? The way you betrayed your own blood? Or the way you hid behind lies because you were never strong enough to stand on your own? She flinched like I had slapped her. Good. Because for months, I had lived with that pain. Now it was her turn. My father turned to me slowly, and for the first time since that day, he really looked at me. His voice faltered. I was wrong. 3 words, that's all it took. But it didn't fix anything. It didn't erase the nights I cried alone, the doors that closed in my face, the life I had to rebuild from nothing. So I didn't smile. I didn't forgive him. I just nodded slightly. I know, I said. And that hurt him more than any anger ever could, because forgiveness would have given him peace. But I wasn't here to give him that. I turned to leave. Ilara, wait, he called out. I stopped, but I didn't turn around. What do you want? He asked quietly. For a moment, I thought about it. Revenge? No, I already had that. Justice? Maybe, but even that felt small. So I gave him the truth. I wanted you to feel it, I said. The doubt, the betrayal, the moment when the person you trust most destroys you. Silence filled the space again. And now you do. I finally turned slightly, just enough to meet his eyes. But unlike you, I didn't need to destroy someone innocent to prove my point. His head dropped, because he understood. I walked toward the door, each step lighter than the last. Behind me, chaos started to unfold. Voices rising, accusations flying, the perfect family image shattering completely. And in the middle of it all, Ava, alone, broken, exactly where she left me. But here's the thing about revenge no one tells you. It doesn't heal you. It doesn't erase the past. It just closes a chapter. As I stepped outside, the cool night air hit my face. For the first time in months, I felt something different. Not anger, not pain. Peace. Because I didn't need their approval anymore. I didn't need their love. I had something far more powerful. Myself. And as I walked away from that house, from that past, I realized something. They didn't destroy me. They revealed me. Stronger, smarter, untouchable. And this time, I wasn't walking away with nothing. I was walking away with everything they could never take from me. My truth, my strength, my life. And behind me, the empire built on lies finally turned to dust.